This tutorial will focus on the role of the internal verifier, their responsibilities, and CPD requirements. As an internal verifier, you need to ensure that assessors are supported to engage in development opportunities. You should organise and chair regular meetings to enable discussion to take place around all aspects of assessment, evidence requirements, staff training, and development needs, and also ensure candidate progress is recorded and monitored and that good practice is identified. This ensures consistency across assessment practice and allows assessors to learn from each other, highlight concerns, and address issues. We have already identified that when assessing a vocational qualification, the assessor needs to demonstrate their own familiarity with occupational standards and practices. The qualification assessment strategy and your centre's verification policy will stipulate the experience and other requirements of any internal verifier. Where an awarding body is involved in the process, they would normally run training events for assessors and verifiers at least once a year. In addition to providing evidence of maintaining own occupational competence, these events provide an excellent networking opportunity to meet others within the same discipline and discuss issues around evidence, standards, practices, technology, and so on that may influence assessment strategies and any review of the national occupational standards. Where the standards you internally verify are in-house competencies, these events should still be held by the organisation to ensure practice is current. Assessors and verifiers need to keep a record of CPD activities, and this should include things like standardisation meetings they have attended, any formal or informal discussions with assessors and or verifiers, formal and informal training attended, in fact, anything that adds to an assessor or verifier's knowledge or skill set should be recorded as evidence of CPD. In order to obtain your internal verifier qualification, you will need to provide evidence of participation in CPD events, particularly standardisation. Working through this material is part of your development and so should be recorded as such. Take note of everything you feel is relevant, both formal and informal, but ensure that your continuous professional development record is meaningful. Your workbook contains a CPD template that shows what was done, when, why, and how, and what impact it has on practice. A more in-depth template and guidance will be provided by your assessor to ensure that your CPD record and practice reflects the requirements of the L&D 10 unit. This may be adapted or modified in any way that suits, or alternatively, you may use your own organisation's system if it follows the same principles. Whichever method of recording your CPD you use, you should stipulate what you did, when you did it, with whom it was done, what you learned, how it will impact on your practice, and how you will disseminate this learning to others to promote good practice.